Okay, so hi, I'm back. I'm trying to get this uh, story time out of the way before they start me with the the infusions, because as you know, they hit you with that Benadryl and knocks you out right away. And so I'll be falling asleep in this chair probably until 3 or close to 4 today. So yeah, to finish with the hair story, um, so I was successfully able to clip off the little two patches that were stuck to the side of my head, and I am now completely bald. And you know what? I think I still look good with my bald head. um, I mean, I love touching it. Like I keep, when I take off my wig, I love rubbing my scalp, and it feels so nice to have my scalp touch and rub. So I told my son, hey, rub it. So I took his hand and have him touch it. My husband, he's like, you look, you look different, but you look good. So yeah, no hair over here. Next time, in a couple of days, I'm going to make another video to show you guys how my new look is looking. I think I rock it. I think I look good. But maybe it's just my confidence. I have confidence in myself. And I don't think just a little hair is going to make me feel any kind of type of way. I love myself. With or without hair, I look good. And I feel good. So that's great. Okay, but story time. Since my last treatment, after my third treatment, I experienced like a whole different level of symptoms. Um, I had my last treatment, 3 weeks ago on a Wednesday, and usually I'm off for like 4 or 5 days after that, so I don't have to worry about going to work, anything. So I was off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's 5 days. And, previously I was able to go back to work on the day I'm supposed to. But after the third treatment, child, I woke up Monday. Well, actually, ever since Sunday, I wasn't feeling right because I went outside with my son for a walk. Like, I can only walk for about 10 minutes, no more. No more than that, maybe 10 to 15. No jogging, just stepping outside in the natural air, with the trees and just getting a piece of nature. And that really is my thing. So I told my son, let's go for a walk. And he actually agreed. He likes to just stay home. Um, Within 5 minutes outside, I started to get dizzy. Like, I wasn't able to hold my balance. I was losing my balance. So I said, okay, I got to sit down. So I literally sat down on the ground outside on the sidewalk. And I told my son, give me a minute, because I don't feel right. And I sat down, catch my breath, started to see a little clearly again. And I said, let's go home because I don't think I'm up to it. So I held on to his arm because literally as I was walking back home, I was very dizzy. And, I was kind of like losing, my vision or whatever. I couldn't even keep my eyes open. So literally, I had him kind of just walk and guide me through. And I closed my eyes like half of the way home. When we got to the stairs, I had to sit down again, catch my breath before I could climb the stairs. And then I got in, I went straight to bed. So, what was happening? I took my blood pressure and it was so low, which indicate why I was feeling that way, like I was about to pass out. And it was like my blood pressure was like in the 90s, 90 over 60, 88 over 65, really low. So I said, okay, wow, this is new, because prior to this whole thing, I was I had hypertension. I have been on medication for high blood pressure for about 2 years now. And so that was completely different. And this all started after I had this chest tube inserted. Remember last month, I have a chest tube now. So ever since in the hospital, after they inserted that tube, my blood pressure started to be in the low 90s and 80s and stuff like that. It's supposed to be 120 over 80. That's a normal blood pressure for a healthy person, 120 over 80. So imagine you go from 120 to 80, and then you go from 80, to 60. So it was like 80 over 60 for me, which has never happened before. And before I had high blood pressure, my normal blood pressure used to be 117 over 75. So I was always on the lower side when it comes to the normal range, but I've never dropped to 90 or 80. So long story short, Monday comes, 5 o'clock, alarm goes off, I get up. I'm like, okay, today is work day. I go to the kitchen, had a cup of water, took a nausea pill because I was feeling nauseous the whole 5 days. So I took a pill that morning with a cup of water. Then I felt dizzy. So I sat down in the kitchen for like a minute or two. And then as I got up to walk back to my bedroom and start getting dressed, in the hallway of my house, I passed out. I fell. And I I hit my head on the wall a little bit, but not too hard because I guess I was able to cut myself and pull my head back. And so so my husband heard me fall. So he ran out of the room, came to the hallway to pick me up. And as he's picking me up, I started to throw up that cup of water. And he's walking me to the bathroom. And as he's walking me to the bathroom, the cup of water just keeps coming out of me. And that's when I realized, I'm not well. So I called my work. I was like, I can't do it. Here's what's happening. So for that whole week, y'all, I was bedridden because every time I get up, even sit up out of bed, I start to get dizzy, and I know if I stand up, I'm gonna fall down. So I didn't want to fall. I stayed in bed. I had to hold on to the furniture and the walls to walk to the bathroom, drop myself down after to do what I needed, then had to hold the walls and get back to bed. That was that whole week. So my doctor said, come in the next day. They gave me IV fluids. And after they gave me IV fluids, I went home, ate something, and I threw up again. And they said, your blood pressure, your hemoglobin is low. So then they sent me for blood transfusion. So I went to the hospital. I got 2 units of blood. So that week was just really bad. And after the third treatment, I went through all that. So last week, I was feeling great. Like from Monday all the way up until today, I've been feeling great. And that's how it goes with the chemo. Like, you only get like 1 week before you start all over again, where you start to get your strength and your energy, and you start to feel a little a little normal again. So long story short, that was what happened after the third treatment. So today's treatment 4, and after this treatment, we'll see what kind of symptoms come and how I feel. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep that positive attitude because that's key. And I'm going to keep loving life and living each day to the fullest, even with my bald head, which I now, love my head because I have a really nice shaped head, y'all. People who never shaved their head before, try it at least once in your life and see how you feel. But I think my head is really a nice shape, and I still look good, and I still think I'm great. So praise God for everything that He's done, and I will